channel. In today's video, I will be showing you some alternatives of the brand that you guys have seen loads of time on every social media or magazine or any social media platform. Okay, but before we get started, you know what to do. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I upload video every Sunday about luxury items, mainly vintage bag, and I shall give you a little bit of a history, a little bit of a background, and a little bit of my opinion, suggestions, and hopefully at the end of the video, you will learn a thing or two. So please consider subscribing. Okay, let's get started. For me, there's only three main players when it comes to top brand of luxury. Number one for me would be Hermes. Number two would be Chanel. Number three would be Louis Vuitton. But that's just me. You might have them on a different ranking order. It doesn't matter. But those are the three main key players when it comes to luxury brand wherein everyone is familiar with. Okay? Right. In today's video, I will show you some alternatives for those brands because some of their classic on each of those luxury brands, they have their own, like they will be remembered for. Like the bag that they have, they keep producing it year upon year upon year. They might just change just a little bit. Probably they will come out with a different color or an additional size or a different hardware, or maybe they'll use a different material for leather. Okay, let's get started. So, Chanel. Let's start with Chanel. Chanel is known for their classic flap bag, the 2.55. I will show the picture later on to you guys and up there so you can see what it looks like. So their classic is that 2.55 in lambskin leather. And one of their classic as well is their wallet on chain. Again, it could be a lambskin leather, it could be a caviar leather, which is most of the people will go for caviar leather because it is not difficult to look after because of the robustness of the leather compared to the lambskin leather. So, the alternative I'm going to present to you is this one. This is from another luxury brand from Tory Burch. So this one, if you can see, there is some similarity. You can see it's also in gold hardware. The difference obviously would be the sign because it's T for Tory. And if you've seen my previous video, I discussed what is Tory Burch. So this one, same as the Chanel, you can use it for clutch or you can attach the handle. The handle that they have from Tory Burch is a combination of a chain and a leather. But if you don't want that, you can purchase yourself a separate chain handle like this. You can buy all these chain handle from Etsy, from Amazon, everywhere really. And then you can change it. Voila. It changed a new thing. Of course, the price is way cheaper than a Chanel. Chanel price on top of my head is what? For this wallet on chain, I reckon it's about just under 3,000 pounds. This one, you can get it for, if I remember it right, I think I've got it on sale actually in Outlet Village for just under 200 pounds. You can see the difference. So you can still have pretty much the same functionality, the same look for a fraction of a price. So that is Chanel. So it's all now down to your preference. Obviously, if you have money to burn, then do please buy the original Chanel, which is, you never know, maybe one day if I manage to find a really nice good price on vintage shop, then I would go for it. Another one is, how about the Louis Vuitton? The Louis Vuitton is classic. One of their classic is their bucket bag. So an alternative that I can present to you guys is this bucket bag from MCM. Again, MCM is also a luxury brand. It is pretty much half the price. So if you're an MCM lover, you will go with the MCM bucket bag. But it gives you pretty much the same thing. Some people might say it's actually more tougher than the actual Louis Vuitton. So that gives you that options. If you want just even a little bit cheaper, I have another one for you guys. Why not consider a Ralph Lauren bag? So this is a Ralph Lauren bag that I acquired in Visitor Village. Again, it is reasonably priced. See how cute it is? And it has the same functionality. It also has the handle, and they also have the long handle, which is detachable, same as the MCM, and you have the tiny mark there. Again, this one is even cheaper than an MCM. This one, if I remember it right, just under 200 pounds. Again, you have the same style as well, but obviously not a Louis Vuitton or not a Chanel, because Chanel came up with this type of bag as well, but it's just slightly different. Then the next one is their classic from LB, which is the Neverfull. So the Neverfull, they're everywhere. You can see them everywhere. So you have different brand. So again, this one is a little bit sturdy because this is a Saffiano leather, but Tory Burch. And again, for a fraction of a price of the Neverfull. Another alternative that you can have, why not go for the Gucci? So it gives you that options as well, because they have so many different brands of it. As I mentioned in my previous video, I am arming and ahhing whether to actually get the Neverfull, right? Then I have another alternative for you guys. Again, this one is from Ralph Lauren. Again, it gives you all the sign as well. It gives you all of this craziness, like same as the Louis Vuitton, their classic one. And you can see I really use it because the end of it have already worn off. So I don't currently have an Hermes bag with me, but one day that is one of my goals, to have a classic Birkin or Kelly, but that will be a long way to go because it's quite expensive. I'll have to really save up to acquire one. Then another one classic from Louis Vuitton is their what do you call it, Palm Spring Mini. I have a version of the Palm Spring Mini, again about the same size, but this is from Cartier. Very simple, very sleek, and it goes whatever age you are, all ages, and this is again timeless. Then with the Louis Vuitton, they came up with what you called Petit Mal. Then I have my alternative for that one, so I have the MCM for the version of Petit Mal. There you go. So I've given you loads of alternatives. So this is really food for thoughts. It's a matter of who actually come up first. Does the Louis Vuitton really come up with the Petit Mal? Or did MCM copy the Petit Mal? Did the Chanel came up with this first before the Tory Burch? And another one I will give you some alternative is their Pochette Matisse. I have another one that is a similar for Pochette Matisse. This one is from Tory Burch. As you can see, I love my Tory Burch as well. So this is their version of Pochette Matisse. So now it's about the variation. It's about what your preference is, about alternatives, options. It's exploring everything. It's now down to the price, your affordability, which brand do you really like the most, and the availability, and also some similarity of all of them, and which brand do you really like the most. So that's what you don't really want to get the alternatives. It's all about diversity. It's the variety as you know, variety is the spice of life, isn't it? And then it's at the end of the whole of this, right? It's now down to you guys. Which one do you prepare? Which one that you think would suit your lifestyle? I'll get the alternatives than buying a fake bag. There is nothing wrong with a fake bag, don't get me wrong, but I felt if you are buying a fake bag, you're only, what do you call it? You're only fooling yourself. You're only lying to yourself because you might fool some other thinking, oh my god, this is an original never full, but it's actually a fake one. So why do that to yourself? Why not get an alternative which is gives you the same look, the same feel, the same luxury for a fraction of a price? So that's why I didn't say that I'm getting this because it's a little bit cheaper. Because for me, when I saw all of these items that I've shown to you guys, I thought to myself, why do I need to spend all those money? And it gives me the same pleasure as well. And like this one, the MCM. MCM with their history, they're also famous for their luggage. Same as the Louis Vuitton. Yeah, maybe Louis Vuitton will be the first one. But the second one could be MCM. Or it could be Goyard. You see, everything has all alternative and preference. Please just consider alternatives. Don't go for bakes. Don't go for dupes. Go for a similar luxury brand but with a lesser price tag, and you still feel the same luxurious feelings that you will get from the real deal. So now that is a food for thoughts I'm leaving you guys, especially it's now Christmas. If your budget is tight, then go for the alternatives I'm showing you guys. Or if you have a wish list, then just pick one. Or if you can't wait for it, then go and buy all the alternatives if you can't wait for the one that you really want the most. Or if not, then just save up, isn't it? There's no harm, whatever it is. This video is a very informal for me to show you that you don't need to have, but because you're so used to, we are so used on seeing, oh, because Louis and Chanel, Hermes and all of that have shown all of this, so we need to get the exact one. Not necessarily. They're all luxury brand. They're all luxury items. It's just a matter, some of them have been exposed for, what do you call it, a lot of time on social media. Hence it become popular. Hence they actually kind of like think like, oh, the Louis Vuitton came out first, or the Chanel came out first, or the Birkin came out first, or the MCM came out first. It's not a matter who came out first. It's a matter of your preference. Okay, I hope you like this video. I hope I've given you some options, some alternatives, some preference, and it's just something you want to kind of like have a think and see which band that you really, really like the most. Okay, and as usual, don't forget, keep smiling. Bye for now. Apologies, I completely forgotten to mention about Hermes. I will insert a photo of one of the Tory Burch bag that looks similar to Hermes Kelly.